Have you ever questioned the idea that what goes around comes around? That no matter how much you try to change your destiny, you can't escape the consequences of your actions? Imagine being told that your actions, both good and bad, have already set the course of your life, and that no amount of effort could ever undo them. It sounds chilling, doesn't it? Let's take a journey through time and discover an age-old story, one that will make you reflect on the powerful force of karma and fate. This is not just a story, it's a reminder of something much deeper. A long time ago, there was a wise and learned scholar living in a quiet village. His name was Pandit, revered by everyone for his vast knowledge and wisdom. One day, he set out to visit an old childhood friend who lived in a distant village. His friend, a mute and physically disabled man, had been a part of his life since they were young. As Pandit walked through the countryside, enjoying the peaceful scenery, he encountered a stranger, a man who seemed to be waiting for someone. The man introduced himself as Dharma Raj. Although the name felt strange, Pandit didn't ask further questions, thinking it was just a coincidence. Together they walked, chatting casually. As they neared a village, Dharma Raj suddenly stopped and told Pandit, "I have business here. You go on ahead. I will catch up with you later." Pandit continued, but within minutes, a dreadful news spread through the village. A man had been gored to death by a bull. Pandit was shocked, but just as the news reached him, Dharma Raj reappeared and they continued their journey. As night fell, they reached a village with a magnificent temple. Pandit, tired and hungry, suggested they rest and eat. Dharma Raj agreed but soon left, saying he had something to take care of. Shortly after, a massive fire broke out, consuming the entire village. Pandit grew uneasy, sensing something strange about this man. However, he stayed silent and decided to sleep on it. The next morning, as they journeyed on, they passed another village, where news quickly spread that someone had been bitten by a snake and died. Pandit turned to Dharma Raj and couldn't contain his curiosity anymore. "Dharma Raj," he asked, "wherever you go, disaster follows. What is going on? Why does death seem to haunt you wherever you step?" Dharma Raj turned to him with a knowing smile. "Pandit, I am not just anyone. I am a messenger of Yama, the god of death. My purpose is to claim the souls of those whose time has come." Pandit's heart skipped a beat. He had suspected it, but hearing the words from Dharma Raj's mouth left him trembling. "So, my friend," Pandit asked, "who is next?" Dharma Raj replied, "Your friend, the one you're going to meet. His time has come, and you will be the cause of his death." Pandit was stunned, trying to process what he had just heard. "But I don't want to be the reason for his death. What should I do?" Dharma Raj gave a gentle smile. "Your friend's death is written in the stars. No matter what you do, it will happen. It is fate." Pandit, desperate to avoid his friend's death, decided not to visit him. But Dharma Raj, with a knowing look, said, "It will happen, whether you go or not. His death is inevitable." Pandit hesitated, torn between his emotions and the harsh reality of fate. Just as he turned to leave, his friend, the one he had tried to avoid, came running towards him, full of life. But the effort was too much. The exhaustion from trying to catch up took its toll, and he collapsed, his heart giving out. Pandit stood in shock, realizing the truth of Dharma Raj's words. His friend had died because he had pushed himself too hard to see Pandit, to make up for the years of silence and separation. The cause of death, though tragic, was bound by fate, and Pandit understood it now. His presence, his decision to go or not, had no power over the final moment. Pandit, still reeling from the loss, turned to Dharma Raj for answers. "If you're truly the god of death, why did you follow me? What is my fate?" Dharma Raj smiled, his eyes filled with a deep, ancient wisdom. "I walk with everyone, every moment, but only a few ever notice me. The truth is, your death was always destined. You just didn't see it. And now, The time has come." Pandit, now filled with curiosity, asked, "Then tell me, when will my time come?" Dharma Raj answered, 6 months from today. In another kingdom. And the most surprising part is, you will willingly accept it. Pandit, filled with unease, returned to his village. With 6 months to live, he couldn't simply accept the inevitable. He sought help from the king of the nearby land, hoping someone would have a solution to delay or prevent his fate. The king, concerned, kept the pandit in the royal palace, ensuring he would not leave the kingdom. But as the days passed, Pandit grew more and more anxious. One night, overcome by his fear of fate, he fell into a deep sleepwalk, leaving the palace without anyone noticing. He ended up in the neighboring kingdom, where he was caught and sentenced to death for an offense he didn't even understand. The king, unsure whether this was truly fate or just a coincidence, sought advice from his advisors. They concluded that if Pandit's prediction was true, his fate was unavoidable. But they devised a plan. Pandit would be hanged with a thread of raw cotton, knowing it would break, and his life would be spared. However, in an ironic twist, as Pandit was hanged, the thread snapped, but it cut a vital artery in his neck. He died, just as Dharma Raj had foretold. The story of the Pandit and Dharma Raj reminds us that while we may try to control our lives and avoid our fate, the universe has its own laws that govern the world. Our actions, thoughts, and deeds, whether good or bad, lead us down a path that is preordained. Sometimes, no matter how much we fight, what is meant to happen will happen. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, "What is destined to be, will be." We cannot escape the consequences of our karma. As you reflect on this tale, remember, the life you live, the actions you take, and the choices you make are all connected. Karma is not just a law of nature. It is a force that transcends time and space. What you sow, you will reap. So choose wisely, live with intention, and understand that fate has its own plan. Your actions will determine your destiny, even when you can't see the full picture. Now tell me, do you believe in fate? Are you ready to face the consequences of your actions, or will you try to alter your course? The choice is yours. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let them know that fate cannot be avoided, but it can be embraced. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring and thought-provoking tales from the world of wisdom. Stay aware of your actions and live consciously, for karma never forgets. Thank you for watching, and remember, fate always has its way.